Hi everyone, this is Veronica. Today our topic of discussion is about Supreme Court ruling on virtual currency. So we'll discuss in detail what is digital currency, what is virtual currency, what is cryptocurrency, what is the difference between them. For my video updates, you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook because I feel together we can make a difference. Now see what is the relevance of this topic in your exams. It will be covered in your mains paper 3 Indian economy. At objective level, you should know about virtual currency, cryptocurrency. At subjective level, what are the issues with the blockchain technology? This is very, very important. Now, in what context today we are studying this? Because Supreme Court has given a very significant judgment. It is a significant move that has set aside a ban. It has quashed a ban by the RBI, that is the Reserve Bank of India, on banks and financial institutions from dealing with virtual currency holders and exchanges. So initially RBI has banned the virtual currency holders and exchanges in our country, but now the Supreme Court has quashed that ban. So we'll discuss about that. What is the background story here? Before moving forward, let me tell you, if you've not subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to it and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss any important video updates from us. Now see what is the background here. In a circular 2018, the RBI had banned banks from dealing with virtual currency exchanges and individual holders. The ground was that these currencies had no underlying fiat, so they don't have any authorization or backup by the government. So RBI held that it was necessary for the larger public interest to stop banks from providing any services related to these. So then this ban was challenged by IAMA. IAMA is Internet and Mobile Association of India. They challenged this ban in the Supreme Court. The IAMA, they pleaded that dealing and trading in cryptocurrency was not a legitimate business activity and that the RBI did not have a jurisdiction over it, as these assets could be classified as commodities rather than currency. So according to IAMA, it is a legitimate business and this RBI has no jurisdiction over the crypto assets. Now, why was this ban totally unjustified? See, in a circular 2018, as I told you, RBI had banned the banks, but the court held that the ban did not pass the proportionality test. So this test of proportionality of any action by the government, the court held it should pass a test of Article 19(1)(g), which states that all the citizens of any country, of our country, they will have the right to practice any profession they want, to carry on any occupation or trade and business they want. So under this proportionality test, this ban totally failed. Now talking about what are basically these virtual currencies. See, there is globally no definition, accepted definition of what actual a virtual currency is. Some agencies have called it that it is a method of exchange of value. Others have labeled it as a goods item, product or commodity, or in other words what we call as crypto asset. So in its judgment, Apex Court, it observed that every court which attempted to fix identity of virtual currencies merely acted as a four-blind man. So this was a story in Anektavad, that is a philosophy of Jainism, where these four blind men, they attempted to describe an elephant, but they were not able to. They end up describing only one physical feature of the elephant. So that is what the court is comparing the definition of virtual currency, whoever tried to attempted to give a definition for it. Now it has some similarities with Bitcoin. You all have heard about the Bitcoin. See, Satoshi Nakamoto, I'll write the name here, Satoshi Nakamoto. He is considered widely regarded as the founder of modern virtual currency Bitcoin and the underlying technology called blockchain. So it defined Bitcoins as new electronic cash, right? It is a new electronic cash system that's fully peer-to-peer with no trusted third party. That means there is no third party, there is no regulation. So this essentially meant there would be no central regulator for virtual currencies, as they would be placed in a globally visible ledger which is accessible to all the users of the technology. So all the users of such virtual currencies would be able to see and keep track of transactions taking place. Now another question is, are these different from cryptocurrencies? Okay, cryptocurrencies. See, virtual currency, it is a larger term, it is a larger umbrella term for all the forms of non-fiat currency that is being traded online. Virtual currencies are mostly created, distributed and accepted in local virtual network. So you can say all the cryptocurrencies and digital currencies are the virtual currencies, but it is not necessary that all the virtual currencies are the cryptocurrencies. Okay, because cryptocurrencies on the other hand, they have an extra layer of security because they have encryption. In the form of encryption, they have algorithms running them. There are cryptographic methods which are used to make the currency, as well as a network on which they are being traded. So it is secure. So most cryptocurrencies, they now operate on blockchain or distributed ledger technology, which allows everyone on the network to keep track of the transactions which are occurring globally. Now another question is, are these kind of currencies dangerous? Okay, when we are saying dangerous, what do we mean? So here the jury is totally out on that. Organization across the globe, they have called for caution when you are dealing with virtual currencies. A blanket ban of any sort, this could basically push the entire system underground. That means you will never be able to regulate it, which in turn would mean there is no regulation. So in June 2013, the RBI had for the first time warned the users, holders and traders of this virtual currencies about the potential financial, operational, legal and customer protection. That means it would lead to security related risk. It can lead to security related risk that were exposing themselves to. So the following year, FATF, that is, now you tell me in the comment box what is the FATF. Okay, they came out with a report that highlighted both legitimate uses and potential risks which are associated with the virtual currencies. So in a different report again, they said that the use of such virtual currencies was growing among terror financing groups also, as there is no regulator of these currencies. Now the question is, why RBI actually banned the virtual currencies? So owing to the lack of an underlying fiat, that there is no backup from the government, there is no authorization, there are episodes of excessive volatility in their value. Sometimes they are increasing, sometimes they are decreasing to a greater value. So their anonymous nature, which goes very much against global money laundering rules, the RBI initially flagged its concerns on trade and use of the currency. So there are risks and concerns about the data security, consumer protection on the one hand, and then far-reaching potential impact on the effectiveness of monetary policy itself. It can affect the monetary policy of the country, and also the RBI was worried about the virtual currencies also. So in its arguments, what RBI said, it said that it did not want these virtual currencies spreading like a contagion and had therefore in the larger public interest. So what reason they give? In the larger public interest, they asked the banks not to deal with people or exchanges dealing these non-fiat currencies. Okay, so RBI perceived significant spurt in the valuation of many virtual currencies and their rapid growth in initial coin offerings as a risk. Now, as I told you, there was a proponent. They challenged this ban. So what was their stand? They said the RBI action was outside its purview. That means it is not in its jurisdiction. That was the one point. As a non-fiat currency was not a currency as such. So they said that cryptocurrency is not a currency as such. You can treat it as a good item or as an asset. So they also argued that the action was too harsh, and there had been no studies conducted either by the RBI or central government that there are no such reports where you can tell it is dangerous for the people or it will harm the people. So arguing that the ban was solely, the RBI ban, they said, only on the moral grounds. So the petitioner said RBI should not have adopted this policy. They should have waited and watched the approach and then taken other regulators as SEBI to regulate the currency. That could have been a better approach rather than banning it. Because this ban did not fare well in the proportionality test, as I told you. So what this proportionality test includes? So in its judgment, Supreme Court held that the RBI directive, it came up short of 5-pronged test to check the proportionality. So it includes these 5 points that I have written. The direct and immediate impact upon fundamental rights. If there is something like that, then you can ban it. But there was nothing like that. It was not harming the fundamental rights. Then for the larger public interest, as I mentioned, sought to be ensured. So this should be ensured that it is a necessity to restrict citizens' freedom. So if it was halting any kind of freedom, no. Then inherent pernicious nature of act prohibited, or its capacity or tendency to be harmful to the general public, the answer is no. The possibility of achieving the same object by imposing a less drastic restraint, that could be done, right? So that is why it failed this proportionality test. So in way forward, what we can say that Supreme Court's judgment, it can actually lead to the RBI rethinking. Now RBI needs to rethink its policy which are surrounding the virtual currency because of the Supreme Court decision. Now they are forced to rethink, and it is expected that RBI will actually reconsider its approach to cryptocurrency, and they will definitely come up with some new calibrated framework or regulation that would deal with the reality of these technological advancements, because you cannot stop technology from growing. So this decision will actually help those investors who had used legitimate money through banking channels. They will be helped. So this is all about the Supreme Court's new ruling where it squashed the ban which was imposed earlier by the RBI on the cryptocurrency. So this is all about today's lecture. If you have any queries, you can contact me on social media. The PDF of this lecture will be uploaded on my Telegram channel, that is t.me/Veronica_Om, or you can just search Veronica StudyIQ. Thank you. So this is a channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for UPSC or any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are available. If you're preparing for UPSC CSE 2020, our pen drive course is available where you can find 100% coverage of UPSC vast syllabus. Daily current affair updates will be available. Self-paced learning process is provided. This course has been prepared by top faculties of StudyIQ, and now you can purchase this course at ₹625 per month only. For additional information, you can visit our site, and there are the phone numbers also given. You can call them and gain the additional information. You can connect with me for my video updates on Instagram and Facebook, because I feel together we can make a huge difference. For queries, you can even email me. Thank you so much.